As we continue to journey through Lent together, I want to look at a detail from the passage in our message this last Sunday that we didn't talk about. If you haven't seen that or weren't there with us, we looked in First Kings chapter 21, and King Ahab and his wife Jezebel, long story short, they take a vineyard from a man named Naboth. And in the way that they take this vineyard, is that Jezebel hatches this plan where she gets people to bear false witness against him. And she says that they're going to say that he cursed God and the king. And this is to lead to a stoning. And it works out that way. These two false witnesses say they both curse both God and the king, and it leads to a stoning. There's a little bit of a issue with this. Jezebel knows the law and knows that cursing God is punishable by law. But the problem is cursing the king was not. In accusing him in this way, in making the statement she does, she places the king alongside God. She raises the king up to the level of God. And she thinks that cursing the king, speaking against the king, hmm, should be seen as the same level as cursing God. You know, a lot of the problems in our lives, a lot of the sin issues in our lives come because we elevate ourselves as equals to God. We take these good things, good parts of our lives, good things in our lives, and we corrupt them. We misuse them. We mishandle them. And so, in this instance, God has permitted there to be kings, and the government itself is a good thing. The law is a good thing. It's there to provide structure, to prevent injustice, to restrain from evil. Authority is good. God established leadership and he wants people to lead his people. But Jezebel is taking these things that are meant to be good, that God created to be good, and she's corrupted them. She has inflated um, leaders to something they're not. She's distorted laws to be used for something they're not. She has abused them for their own gain. Sin often in our lives is not like we created something bad, we created something new um, that's never been thought of before. Sin is often the corruption of something that's good, that God has created something, He's made something that is good, and we um, misuse it, use it in the wrong way, use it for the wrong things. And we see this problem in Israel. They haven't rejected God. He's still in their lives and they still want him in their lives. They just keep putting themselves on the same level as him. They're equals in their minds. In the season of Lent, we are invited to humble ourselves, to begin to see ourselves for who we really are. And that's what enables us to see God for who he is. That's essentially the definition of worship, of the humbling of ourselves in the face of the glory of God. And so throughout Lent, we should be asking ourselves how we've made the same mistake Jezebel makes here. How have we placed ourselves as equals with God? Or what have we placed in our lives as equal to God? How have I taken things that God created for my good and corrupted them, misused them for my own gain? Because I think I can take his creation and distort it and use it however I want. When we place ourselves at the same level of God, um, we destroy our relationship with him. We begin to misunderstand who he is and who we are. We render worship meaningless or impossible. And so I want to challenge you as throughout this next week. to really think about the ways that you've elevated yourself in your lives. If you watched your life this week, if someone else watched your life this week, if they could peer in and watch it from beginning to end, what would they say is sitting on the throne of your heart? Who would they say in your life is equal to God? Ask God to reveal something to you this week, something that you have either should be good in your life, but you are misusing in wrong ways, or something that you have elevated in your life and how you need to humble yourself to put yourself back in right relationship with Him. I invite you to continue the journey with us in this way through this Lenten season.